Alright, we love, man. Back again. We are back again. So, I'm gonna let y'all know, before we get started, like, my, my haircut, man, is looking real crazy right now. So, naturally, what I'm saying, they always say, etiquette, don't wear your hat in the house. I'm wearing my hat in the house today because, I'm not an essential worker or nothing. But I'm gonna wait it out. I ain't about to rush for no, haircut or nothing like that. So, for today's guest, as y'all saw on the flyer, it's actually, this my man Juan Brown, and Coach Juan, he coaches right there at Annapolis High School. Y'all saw this. You can see right here on the flyer, Annapolis County Player of the Year, first team All-Met, first team All-County, career leader in points in terms of, at Annapolis High. I'm going to show you some pictures a little bit. So this right here, this is his high school. His high school takes. I'm trying to get the pictures, but I don't know where they at. Oh man. Thanks again for tuning in. Everybody that's checking in right now. I see you. Chris, what's up, man? Well, I see you. I'm going to tell you this, though, Will. I hope you've been working on your game, because last time I saw you in the gym, you was weak, shorty. You was weak. So I can't find these pictures. That's my mistake. I don't know why they not showing up. But I'm going to just let y'all look at, his tape for a little bit. This is all high school stuff. Juan, I'm going to tell you, Juan, he actually plays in one of the leagues that I play in. When I was hooping and all that, doing, the little rec leagues or whatever. And I seen him go off, a couple games. So I actually had to do a wrestling match, the game that we was supposed to play them. So I ain't get to get in buckets. But we gonna talk about it though. Quicks, what it is, I see you. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can get Juan in this jump, cause let me see what's up. Alright, so I just invited him. But yeah, I'm about to be on my Ray J shit. I'm probably gonna switch my hat 1,050 times. Sorry about that. So we just gonna wait. Oh, here you go. So
What's good? What's good, man?
What
it
is,
do?
man?
What it do, man?
How you?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, man.
So I gave him a little quick introduction. I was trying to show the pictures, but my phone is not allowing me to show the pictures for me. It's not showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just been showing him, different clips. You was balling out, Xfinity. These the old high school clips. You feel me?
Throwbacks right there, man.
Exactly. So let's dive right into it because we got a couple different topics to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first one, man, like I just told them you was a coach at Annapolis High. So I mean, just being a coach at Annapolis High, obviously you on the sidelines, you in the mix of the games, et cetera, so forth. And Annapolis got a tough crowd, bro. Like, crowd is real tough, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how you deal with that in terms of when everything's just going wrong, everything's going real crazy, and then even on the other side of things when it's going right. Like, take us through that a little bit.
So, first of all, I want to say thanks for, letting me come on here, man. My man Chad doing it big, you know what I mean? You've been doing a lot, man. So thanks, for allowing me on here. You've been having the county on lock, man. He doing just about any sport right now, you know what I mean? Getting it how he can. So, I
Nah,
just want to say thanks for having me on here.
don't worry.
But as far as that, Annapolis, our fans are very passionate. That's the kind of word I want to describe them as, and
Okay.
you know what I mean. They're very loyal. They'll travel with us wherever we're at.
Right.
The stands stay packed, and you know what I mean. It's a great atmosphere to be in. I think in order to kind of understand, far as why they're so passionate. I mean, it has to go back to the history of, Annapolis. They haven't. They've always been kind of the school that wins, and didn't matter what sport. If you look at basketball, they haven't had a losing season in over 40 years. So it's kind of expected to go out and win, and you know what I mean, and produce, and you know what I mean. Obviously, when you don't, then people are kind of not kind of upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like saying we watching a football game and I'm looking at the Cowboys and they're not doing what they need to do. Obviously, I'm gonna be upset, but I think it gives us a great home field advantage because
Right.
nobody wants to come in there and hear that, and it also helps our players because they can use that as fuel and motivation.
Right.
So I think it's a great thing. I love our fans. They're
I
very
hear.
good. They'll let you hear it, you know what I mean? But that's just part of the game. We always, tell our guys never get too high, never get too low. And that's some things we got to live by as coaches, even when things are going completely wrong and people are, screaming. We always got to stay focused because, basketball is a game of runs. So you
Right.
can hit 10 points right there and 10 points get hit, right back on you. So you just got to stay level headed the whole time.
Right. Um,
So,
in terms of I mean, you kind of mentioned it, right? It's like Annapolis has a history of winning. Um,
mhm.
even when you was a player. Tell us a little bit about that in terms of your transition from all right, I'm playing to now I'm coaching, and it's kind of like it's a different side of the game.
Yeah, it's a complete different side. And when you think about it now, trying to think back of, how I got into coaching, I never really thought about actually,
Okay.
coaching or not so much as, this early on at this, the high school level. But I've been blessed to be able to do so. But I would think that, the transition from coaching, from player to coach hasn't been that, crazy. There's a lot of different things that you look at. I mean, even we look at from me playing and, being a point guard on the floor, unintentionally, you are the coach on the floor.
Right.
You got to know where guys are at all times. You got to know what you're looking for in situations. You got to, we're coming up the court. This guy just hit a shot. We got to try to get him a shot again. So until you're already coaching and you don't even think about it.
Right.
Even when I'm coaching now, I, sit to my point guards. Okay, what do you see out here? Okay, this is what you see. Okay, how do you, assess this? So we're assessing the game and trying to analyze the game, and you don't even realize you're actually coaching, by doing so. You
Right.
know, so that's a big factor. And I graduated. A couple people asked me to help with AAU. I did it. I loved it.
Right.
Love seeing guys. Trying to help guys on to the next level, try
Which
to get guys right and stuff.
which AAU program you with?
Maryland 3D.
Okay.
Maryland 3D. So I was coaching there, and still do. And that was a great thing for me. And then got asked to help at Annapolis High School, which was, a big thing to be alumni coaching at my,
Right.
alma mater. So, I mean, it's been great. I mean, the guys, they give me, a lot of respect and, what I mean, they ask me a lot of questions trying to pick my brain.
Right.
And, it's a great thing. So it hasn't been that much of a transition. That's crazy. The only thing I can say, though, is just I can kind of see why the coaches sometimes they, you know what I mean, they pull their hair out, you know what I mean, because you're doing X, Y, and Z, and I told you to do Z, Y, and X, and I'm
Exactly.
like, bro, I did not tell you to do that, but once you get past that and understand kind of how the game and kind of how to assess the kids, it's a very rewarding experience, I would say.
Right. And then since you played at Bloomfield, right?
Yes,
That's out of New Jersey, correct?
yes, about
Yeah.
10 minutes from New York.
Okay. So it's like coming back. and just coaching, I'm sure you can really shed that. Give your guys a little bit of that IQ for real. Had playing at the next level already. So, in terms of like in your practices, like, is that kind of where you breaking it down, or like you said, you asking them, what do you see out there, and then from there, that's kind of how you.
It's a variety of both. I think first of all, you have to, assess each person's IQ level. Every player's at a different IQ level. Some are more progressed than others, and that's the first thing you have to do is assess where the player's IQ is at. So, once I see where that IQ is at, in practice, I'm teaching them, okay, this is what you need to look for. This is what you need to see. What we want to do in these type of situations. Okay, if we're down 4. You know what I mean? With 30 seconds to go, what we're trying to do. We're trying to get a 3, we're trying to get a 2 for 1, or, kind of how the situation wants to play out. And then actually when we're in the game, you know what I mean? Depending on how well I've seen you progress and, if you're kind of seeing the scheme of things and how we're getting and, I'm asking you, what do you see out there opposed to, okay, you're seeing this and I'm seeing this. And, we're both, seeing each other's, sides and being able to not only being able to just tell a person what to do, but being able to coach so you can see that player grow. So before I can even say it, he's already knowing, what I mean, what I want to do.
Right.
And that's a really good thing that we have at, Annapolis. A lot of our guys are really, really good and really good IQ wise, where, sometimes we're seeing the same things and I don't even have to say anything sometimes because they're just picking it up. So it's a great thing for them. And, like I said, we go over it in practice of situations we want to see and kind of, how we want to go at something, how do we want to see something. And then if they have any questions, they can always bounce back at me or the other coaches, why are you guys doing this? Why are you guys? And it's not more so of like they're undermining or anything. They're trying to learn. And that's the only way I think you can learn is by you teach them how to do something and then you put them out there. You have to go out there and you have to see it yourself. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're, doing schoolwork, you teach them and then you give them homework to kind of see how they're doing on it. So I think that's been a big thing for us right there, just seeing that IQ.
Right. And then it's like, even in the summer league, you was coaching the summer league, so I went to our games. Just being able to, like you said, just bounce ideas in game time situations, and then kind of like just going from there. I think that just from looking outside, looking in, I've been to a couple of games. I done seen. I didn't seen how even you've been in a couple of my highlights where it's like I done got some coaching points, where you're doing your thing. So yeah, I can see that. And even somebody had put on their best coach in Annapolis. So big up.
Oh wow, thanks.
They put it in the little comments right there. So that was.
I didn't see that.
So let me ask you this, man. Like going in, Annapolis doing their thing, balling. And then, we get to that. It was the county championship, correct? Yeah, the county championship. That one was kind of like you in Northeast, well, not was in Northeast, and bro, they came out swinging. So from taking that loss and then bouncing back, like who'd you play after that? And that was to take y'all to another level in the playoffs.
So. After that, we played South River for the first round. Then we played Leonardtown, and then we went to the Elite Eight with Wise, and then lost that game.
Right. So it's like, what's in terms of bouncing back from that loss? What's going through your mind when you getting your guys ready for that next game? It was Leonardtown, you said, right?
South River. South River.
Yeah. How did that go?
Like I said, the first thing I want to say is, kind of hats off to, Coach O'Day and, Jalen and all those guys, at Northeast. They definitely balled out this year and, they set forth a couple years ago to try to change the culture at Northeast and, they worked from day one and got the job done. Far as, Northeast not being historically known for, basketball or something else, they changed that culture. So, I tell a lot of people, they changed the culture. In order to even get into the county championship, you have to be 2 of the best teams there. So, they deserve to be there. You know what I mean? And that was that. And then even looking at it now, they got all the way to the Final Four. You know what I mean? We wouldn't know what would have happened. They'd had to play against a pretty tough Poly team, but, you never know. So they were a good team throughout the whole year, and you know what I mean. That was the biggest thing. And you know, we go back to game day. You know what I mean. They had a great defensive plan. They made shots, and we couldn't hit shots.
Right.
And if you can't do that, and we couldn't get stops, you can't win a basketball game.
Right.
You know what I mean. They had a very great day. It wasn't probably our best game, but that's no excuse. We got to try to find ways to win games.
Right.
And we just didn't do it that day. They really, you know, outplayed us. And the guys, they were embarrassed. You know what I mean? And they came back even hungrier. So I think that loss, you know, really helped us. And you know, we went in practice, we pushed guys, and you know, before we even got started, is that you can either use this loss as a learning point to kind of give you motivation, or you can kind of solve.
Right.
And I thought it really had the seniors and people really to see that. I mean, if this was the playoffs, we'd have been gone.
Right.
So we were just thankful to still be alive, you know what I mean? And that wasn't our ultimate goal. And losing that game didn't prevent us from getting to our ultimate goal, which was the state championship. Even though we still were unable to do so, we were able to use that loss right there as motivation to keep going. I mean, guys were pushing each other in practice. I mean, it was just like, it was really something to see. And it was just like, there was just so much hunger. I mean, all the playoff games. I mean, even the Wise game. I mean, it was a great game.
It was.
I mean, the whole way through. I mean, you know what I mean? A couple plays here and there could be the difference in a win of a loss. I mean, they were a great team as well. But, I mean, that game right there really fueled our guys. They really fueled them, and, you know, it got them really hungry. They came into practice ready to go. And, I mean, like what they've been doing the whole year. It just happened to be that was probably our worst game of the year.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not the time you want to have it. At least it wasn't in the playoffs. But, you know what I mean? Like I said, shout out to, you know, Coach O'Day and, you know, Jalen and the whole Northeast squad. They definitely did, you know, take care of business there and get things done.
Right. And then it's like, you know, just on y'all side, you know, like you said, minor setback for a major comeback.
Yeah.
You know, that it's just, you know, some things just fuel you to just go to the next level. So I saw it, man. I saw that Wise game, and yeah, they was hungry in that one too. So
yeah,
you know,
that was a great game, man. It was
it's like
sold out.
Plays, yeah, a couple plays, you know, could have been the difference, but you know, who knows? So
yeah,
keep working.
Yeah.
So in terms of I mean, you know, we gonna have basketball again. I mean, maybe not immediately, but it will be back. What's some type of things that you've been telling your players just in this time?
I mean, this is time to get better.
Right.
You have nothing but free time. I mean, there's nothing to do. I know some courts might, you know what I mean, be rims off of it or blocked off, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. There's all of them are not. You can still be able to get better as far as, you know, ball handling.
That one.
You know, there's a lot of stuff and this is the time to get better, because if you sit here right now and you kind of stay the same and, you know, you have these, however long this will last, you have these couple months where you're not doing anything.
Right.
The next guy who's working, I mean, he's going to outdo you, and you're going to wonder why. And you're like, okay, I was sitting right here playing 2K all day,
Right.
you know, instead of, you know, you can play 2K, you got the whole day. You can play 2K, you can still go outside and, you know what I mean, get some reps in.
Get them reps in. Get some.
You know what I mean? Get some reps in. So that's the biggest thing right there. You got to just, what we can tell them is just to, you know what I mean, stay focused, get your work done right now, and, you know, just get better. That's the biggest thing. You got to get better. You know, like you said, we're going to have basketball again. We don't know when, but when they say we can go, you have to be ready.
Right. That's going to be all right, man. I really can't wait for it. I ain't gonna lie. The first games, I did a podcast with the Wise guys. Shout out to them. And we had a little conversation about how, you know, just the first games coming back, they're gonna get crazy. Like, just sports in general is gonna be.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we're just gonna appreciate it a little bit more, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I gotta shout out my man Pocket. He said, "Let's go get that state chip next year, man. That's the mission, man.
Oh yeah.
That's the mission, Pocket.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's get it. How many I'm saying how many months you think we got left? I'm not gonna say weeks.
Man, So are you talking about like what do you like to open like restaurants or they got phases or fully open? You talking about?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like, I got my mask right here. I got two of them right here in the bag, and I'm gonna be mask on for at least. I'm gonna be like this for at least a couple months after everything else opened up.
True,
So
true.
just because I'm staying safe, all the way. I got some gloves over here too, but yeah, I'm gonna be masked up, man.
I mean, I think it's gonna go probably a couple months until, and like you said, even though when people are able to come out, it's still not gonna be the same. Everybody gonna have a mask on, 6 feet
Yeah,
apart. Restaurants, not everything not gonna be the same.
yeah.
I think that ain't gonna go back for at least almost like a couple months until they find something to cure it or something, man.
No, I hear that.
I ain't looking forward. I want stuff to be open, man.
I mean,
Going crazy at a point.
yeah, it's all right though, because like you said, we just gotta, we just gotta get the reps in. We just gotta stay getting better, whatever
Yeah,
that may take. So, I mean, I this is a short one, man. I didn't really have too much else to touch on with you. I just want to touch on those topics, couple quick ones. So I appreciate you stopping past,
no
coming
problem, no
by,
problem.
sharing a little bit of knowledge with us. So yeah, man.
Hey, you know what I mean? The leagues, they messed up the league, man. We supposed to be in the spring league right now, man.
Nah, you're right though, bro. It's crazy, like we just gotta figure out other ways just to like stay engaged though. So, and that's why it's like I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate just for you coming on. I appreciate RJ Terrell, everybody else in the future who's coming on, and just everybody who's tuned in because right now like I'm not trying to watch marble racing on ESPN. So
Nah,
just to have conversations like this, just to like stay engaged. Like this some stuff that I enjoy. So I appreciate you.
definitely. Hey, you got some more merchandise over there, man. I see that's a new color or something on the
Oh,
figures team,
this
man,
right here.
or what, man?
This right here. Hey, I'm gonna show you this, man. Like, and I've been working on the site. This is just
Ooh, I like that.
it's other colors and all that too. But yeah, I got some exclusive stuff in here just back, but I haven't brought it out yet because we gotta make sure the time is right. So
I feel you, man. Y'all better put in the comments, drop now, man. Put in the comments, drop
yeah.
now, man.
Hey, tell them again. It's like I want to, but I be like, man. Like I just feel like, imagine, if one person told them, look, just like you said, yo, go drop in the comments this. Another person, yo, go watch this, but yo, go watch, and it just spread like that. We
Yeah,
just keep on building, and that's what I mean, campaign strong. So when the time is right, everything is gonna drop. It's just like, I mean, you got a shirt,
I
but
got one. Yeah, I got one. I got a
I
green
know,
one.
bro, I know it's like everybody, even Coach Maynard out Southern, man. Shout out to him. He's like, man, when am I get my shirt? Ah, you know, it's coming though, man. I appreciate y'all, bro. Truly,
Facts, man.
yes, sir. But
Well,
that's
thanks
it,
for
man.
having me on again, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. It's definitely everybody noticing, everybody seeing you, man. So keep doing what you're doing, man.
Hey, bro, campaign strong. This about us. This the whole community. So I'm just doing my part. You feel me? So,
All right, man.
all right, man. Holla at me, bro.
I'll see you, man. See ya.
Yes, sir. All right, so yeah, that was my man Juan, bro, and we just wrapped it up a little bit, talked about some basketball things, some quarantine things. At the end of the day, it's like I just gotta say like thank you everybody that's tuned in, everybody that just they drop on the comments, everybody I see you out. I'll never forget about you, bro. There's just certain things that we gotta stay busy. We gotta keep it moving in whichever way we can. I mean, it's a difficult time, but I just hope that y'all staying engaged in whatever that may be. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one up on YouTube, but in the meantime, just go check out the other ones, and then I'm gonna let y'all know. Holla at me.